Still waiting for him to show up. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the UDL Indy 500 Pole Day Session 1. We are officially on the road to the Indy 500, as this will be the first ever UDL Indy 500 in the history of the league. 23 drivers are signed up for this event, but only 16 will get in. Throughout the next 3 days, these 23 drivers will compete against each other to get their fastest lap to try and get on the board and into the 500-mile race. Tonight, it will only be 3 guys: Thordo Gaming, Dylan 4243, and Laser Runner. And then on Friday night we have 10 more drivers who will be qualifying, and then on Saturday we will have 13 more to go as well, and then we will have a bump day session. This is going to be very exciting to watch these next 3 days, as everyone is going to try and get their fastest time on the board to try and beat each other out. The first 9, the fast 9 that have the fastest times, will be locked in. 10 through 16 will be on the bubble of being bumped, while the rest of the field from P17 to P23 will try to bump their way back into the field. And this is all for probably the greatest race in the world, the Indy 500. I am your host, Pecan36, and I am so just excited to bring you all here to get started, to kick off the month of May and the road to the Indy 500. So let's get started, folks. The first driver that will be going up will be Laser Runner. So as soon as he gets ready, wait and see. There he goes, folks. So, Laser Runner, he is in the number 16 Honda car for Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing. He is a very experienced driver. He is also real life best friends with our race director, Jonathan. So him and Jonathan are very, very, very close. He came from the S3M series. He also has a long list of accomplishments. He is also a 2018 S3M WEC GTE champion. He's also from Greenfield, New Hampshire. He's driven in multiple series. He was in the IndyCar series last year for S3M, and he was also the 3rd place finisher in last year's Indy 500 race, driving for Chip Ganassi. I'm almost running out of breath just from how excited that I am. So, for those that want to know of how this is all going to work, you get the out lap that you see right here, and then you will get a warm-up lap, and then you will get 4 timed laps. You will get 4 timed laps right after that. So this right here is the warm-up lap. Let's see how well that he can do. Now, throughout the week, Laser Runner has been running in the very low 38.3s, very high 38.2s. So he's definitely a guy to watch for that can get himself into the Fast 9 and be locked in. So this is his first timed lap right here. This is the official first time lap for the Indy 500 qualifying. Drivers will also get 3 runs. Now, tonight, since there is only 3, they are going to do 1 at a time. So that on Friday night and Saturday in the afternoon, there will only be 2 drivers on the track. So here comes Laser around to finish his first time lap. Pulls in a 38.599, so we're going now for his second time lap. We're going to go to his roof cam here for a minute, see how he is doing on his lines. Sponsored by Bart's Root Beer. It's good since 1898. Coming around the 3rd turn right now, doesn't get really low. So there is a trick around here. This is the oval out of any oval in the world. This is what every oval aspires to be, and there's no oval unlike the Yard of Bricks, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. His second time lap was a 38.36. He is definitely going to go faster here. Now, everyone has been kind of finding out that the 3rd time lap is the fastest lap that you will probably have, as that 4th time lap can be really tricky. This is already a very fast lap for the field. I think the highest that Laser has ever hit was a 38.20, but he's been desperately trying to get a 38.1. He hits a 38.332, so now this is the 4th time lap. So that would mean that Dylan would now have to come to the exit of pit lane. Dylan will be the next driver to go. Let's see, can Laser Runner improve on his time? He needs a really good run out of this 4th turn. Definitely gets a really good run there. Does he improve? He does with a 38.64. So now we go to Dylan 4243, folks. Dylan, driving in the number 15 Honda Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing. He is from Lexington, Ohio, supporting the Graham Rahal car, who's also a Ohio native. Last year, he was the 2019 S3M Indy 500 runner-up. He finished 2nd place in that race. Him and Laser Runner were teammates last year in the Chip Ganassi team, as now this year they are teaming up together in the Rahal Letterman team in the Honda cars. So he's now just got finished with his out lap here. But a 38.26 for Laser Runner is definitely already a very good time to have. A very great time. If I have to predict, that's at least going to be right in the middle in that Fast 9 slot. Now, Dylan, throughout the whole entire week, he has been running very good 38.4s, 38.3s. He has said that he is a little bit worried about not making the show, but knowing a driver of his caliber and his pace, I think he's a very strong pick to make the show. This is now his 1st time lap, coming around turn 1. We're going to take you on board. Presented by Steak and Shake. the sponsor of Dylan 4243's car. Already getting way high up there, up to at least 242 miles per hour, excuse me. His first time lap is at 38.72. Now, this is the first runs for these three drivers as well, so all three of these drivers will have a chance to improve on their time. Now, the reason why Dylan 4243 is going tonight, because he will be taking the commentary duties for the Saturday session, as he does have an event that he needs to go to tomorrow night, but he will be doing the commentary for this session. The second time lap has just got done at 38.5, so this is the third time lap here. But Dylan is a very experienced driver. He knows a lot about the IndyCar series and is a huge fan of the Mid-Ohio track. He also goes and does flagging at the Mid-Ohio circuit. He has been a race official for a bunch of series in his life. So this is it, his third time lap. A 38.418. Here we go, his fourth and final lap. That means Thordo Gaming will now get to the exit of pit lane. See how he does here. Kind of got a little bit squirrely there coming out of the corner. Out of the turn. Now turn 3 there. I think he will definitely improve on his time. It looks like he is getting close. He hits a 38.381 for his final attempt. So now Thordo Gaming is now the next one up, and that means Laser Runner will now go back out next to be the next one to try out his attempt. So Thordo Gaming on the Andretti Autosport Racing team. Last year he was the S3M IndyCar race director. He hails from Dubbo, New South Wales, Australia. Another teammate of his, the Cuddly Koala, him and Thordo are very good friends, as they are the only two Aussies in the entry list. Now, we did get word from Thordo that he's only going to do he is not going to do a fourth time lap. He is only going to do a third. He's only going to do 3 times qualifying laps. But Thordo is driving that number 28 Honda DHL car, driven in real life by Ryan Hunter-Ray, and it looks like he does get into the wall there. It looks like he did scrape the wall. Don't know how much of an effect that's going to have on him for the rest of his run. But hopefully he can set himself up right for the final few laps. This is now his first timed lap. Gonna take you on board here with Thordo Gaming. Now, these corners are all very different from each other. The one thing about the Indy 500, about Indianapolis Motor Speedway, is that this is a hard track to be consistent at. That is the name of the game here, is to not lose your focus and to be consistent and be as consistent as you can for 200 laps, and even in qualifying. You do not want to let your guard down at all doing this, because the moment you let your guard down, you can definitely get loose and go straight into the wall. Now, what you will see probably over the weekend is some of those drivers going beyond the white line. Now, there are those bumps that drivers can hit. As a driver, you want to stay away from those bumps. This is now his third and final lap, as he has said that he is only doing 3 timed laps, so we'll definitely have to go and see if he will do a 4th time lap or not. But he just hit a 38.547. Now, if Thordo does make it into the race, it's going to be very tough for him, as the race time for him is actually going to be at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be 2 o'clock in the morning for him. So he does improve on his time, and yeah, Thordo keeps to his word, and he's only doing 3 time laps. He hits a 38.544. That means Laser Runner is now the next one up. He already set a very fast 38.264. The fastest he has hit all week was a 38.2 flat. He is desperately trying to get into that 38.1 range. So we'll have to see if he can. And since it's only 3 drivers out on the track, I want to remind you guys that tomorrow the qualifying session will start at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That is the pole day session for Friday night. I think we have about 10 drivers running tomorrow night. And there is one driver by the name of Official A.L. Sully who is trying to chase after the Triple Crown. He is a former Monaco winner. He's also won the Le Mans, the 24-hour of Le Mans race. He is going to attempt to win the Triple Crown for this race, as he will be qualifying at 4 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, just by himself due to scheduling conflicts. So that's what he will be doing. I believe this is the end of his first. Yes, so that was his warm-up lap. So now this is his first time lap. I will be back to pull that timing screen to see what he does. But the 3rd and 4th laps here, folks, of your qualifying run is going to be the most important ones. Definitely feels like that Laser Runner is on a different gearing strategy from his teammate Dylan, as it looks like his teammate Dylan is using a 3 gearing strategy for qualifying, while Griffin is sticking to only 2 gears. Griffin did hit a 38.638, so already faster than his first time lap. Don't know if that was a bit of a lag. I believe that was a lag, as he flew all the way across from the other side of the track onto the grass. So I would have to believe that was a lag issue there. Gonna go on board with him here for a second, see if he can nail this 4th and final turn. Seeing if he can get some speed here down the straight. He did set a 38.4, so Griffin is already faster on this run than he was on his first run. It's a really great looking livery in that yellow and white car. But yes, tomorrow night the Friday session will start at 7 p.m. as 10 drivers will be qualifying, and once that is done, we will know who is P1 through P14. So this is his 4th and final lap. Let's see if he can improve on his 38.64. And then, of course, on Saturday, the qualifying session, the final pole day session, will start at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. as there are 13 drivers in that session. As we will then have the rest of the grid filled out, and then there will be a bump day session at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. He does not improve on his time. He set a 38.79, so Griffin does not improve. Dylan is the next one out. He's already out onto the track. I think they're going to go the old way of where if it's their third time lap. So Dylan is already just now getting started. So yes, this is his out lap. It's now his warm-up lap to get that car where he wants it to be. But Griffin, unfortunately, was not able to improve on his 38.264. So he will have one more run to improve on his time. This is now Dylan's first time lap. Driving in a very nice steak and shake car for the Ray Hall team. See what he does here. He sets a 39.260, so that's definitely around close to what he was running on his last attempt. Some fun facts about the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This is a 2.4 mile oval track. This track on race day is the single day largest sporting event in the world with over 350,000 people. It's the largest sporting event, single day sporting event in the world, and there's no other place quite like it. The Indy 500 to me is probably one of the greatest races ever, maybe the greatest race, and there's no other race quite like it. It's a part of the Triple Crown of motorsports. Definitely is a huge prestigious race that so many drivers want to win. He hits a 38.460, so Dylan, I think, is definitely faster on this run than his last run. So Dylan is definitely going to look to improve on that 38.381. Go on board through these final two turns with Dylan. Last year, Dylan was the runner-up of the Indy 500 race. He definitely wants to win the race for sure this year. It looks like he slowed down a little bit. I don't know if he had a mistake there or not, but this is now his fourth time lap. So it looks like the first attempt for these guys has been really the way, yeah, their first attempt have been their stronger ones. So maybe he does improve on his time, who knows? Gonna pull the map up to be able to see if they are up or down on their time, as this will be able to give us. No, he is down on his time by 0.05 of a second. Dordo Gaming is now next. So I'm glad I just now realized that bringing up the map will definitely allow us some more information to see if they are up or down on their best lap. So here comes Dordo Gaming in that number 28 DHL Honda car. His teammates, the number 26, the Cuddly Koala, will be going tomorrow night. So will his other teammate, the former the 2018 SRM Indy 500 winner, STR Dan. His teammate Sully will be driving the number 29 car, as he will be going tomorrow early afternoon by himself. And then there is his final one, the number 98 car of WSR You See Me Flying. So that is the team of the Andretti cars. Now, there was some word about his teammate, Blacks, who was been very uncommitted throughout the week. They wanted to get a driver in there that can show them some time, so the Cuddly Koala is filling in at the very last minute to drive the number 26 car. So he's now coming across the line for his warm-up lap, so now he is starting his first time lap. It will be interesting to see, with how much fuel he has in the car, he's definitely still only going to do 3 timed laps. So Thordo is only going to do 3 timed laps for his run. Ooh. And he hit the wall. He hit the wall really hard there. Loses a front wing and a back wing. He did start his first timed lap as he does go back to pits. So since he did start his first time, since he did come across the green flag for his first timed lap and he hit the wall and made contact with it, that does count. So Thordo's second attempt is now gone. So now it's Laser Runner here to start his third and final attempt. And I think he did go back to pit so that he can get the fuel back into his car, as it is known that if you do sit there for a while, that you do lose fuel and you lose tire pressure, or the tire pressure will then gain. We are on board here. Griffin desperately trying to improve on his 38.264. So this will be his chance. His final chance. Before all of the results will now be going on the board, will have to go on the board. So can Griffin improve on his time? Backstretch now for his out lap. Very unfortunate there for Thordo Gaming, who did get done with his warm-up lap and get started on his first time lap, and he just got loose and got into the wall coming out of 3 and took very severe wing damage there as he had to abort that lap and go back into the pits. But 38.544 is still a good time to have. We all know Laser Runner is desperately trying to improve on that time. So word is, Griffin Laser Runner is a controller player. His best friend John has lended out his wheel for him to use. So this week, Griffin has been getting a lot of time on the wheel, as he felt like that using a controller was making him slower and not allowing him to possibly reach the pace that he wanted to be at. As a week ago, he was lapping around the 38.5, 38.6 range. He gets on a wheel, and now he's up into the 38.3s and the 38.2s. Now, the Rahal Letterman team throughout the week has kind of felt like that they feel like they have not the strongest qualifying pace, but they are very, very confident in their race pace, and they are definitely believers that they can possibly win this race. But we will have to see if they will get into the race first. This is his first time lap. Second, I believe. Actually, this is his second. This is his second time lap. Coming around the final turn 4 now. The famous turn that we all know where J.R. Hildebrand crashed back in 2011. This is now his third time lap. We're going to go on board with Laser Runner here to see if he can improve on his time. About 0.02 of a second slower, so he's getting there. He's faster. He is faster on this run, folks. Can Griffin improve on his time? See if he can improve. He does. He sets a 38.224. Now his 4th timed lap. Griffin has now improved on his time. Can he now get up there? He's down. He's down by 0.04 of a second. Getting it up to 6th gear. He's getting right up to 246 miles per hour down into turn 3. He's down on his time though. He needs to make it all in this turn. Can he do it? I don't know if he's going to improve or not. He does not. But he sets a 38.224. He improves on his time, and that is his time, folks. So Laser Runner put it on the board. He has set a 38.224. So right now he is currently on provisional pole, but as we all know, there will be 10 more drivers to drive tomorrow night, as one more driver will also go before they all go, and then 13 other drivers on Saturday. So this is not the end, folks. So this is the warm-up lap for Dylan. Laser Runner has to be feeling really, really good about that run, though, that he just had with a 38.224, which is a really, really fast time. And folks, some of these guys in this field are extremely competitive, so this is going to be really, really close for tomorrow night and on Saturday. Dylan has now started his first time lap. Coming down the backstretch here. So what can the man from Lexington, Ohio do? He definitely wants to improve on his time a lot. This is now his 2nd time qualifying lap. Let's not forget, folks, the actual race for the UDL series. This is the first ever UDL Indy 500, and it will be broadcasted live right here on the UDL YouTube channel at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So please tune in for that. Here comes Dylan. Going to start his 3rd time lap. We will be going to the onboard cam, as this is the lap that is maybe the most important lap. The 3rd and 4th laps are the most important ones, because we have seen a lot of times where drivers will either get their fastest lap on the 3rd or they will get their fastest lap on the 4th. He's just down on his time by 0.08 of a second. He's very down on his time, so this is make or break time for Dylan to improve on his time, or it will be official for him. He's down on his time by 0.04 of a second. See if he can get very much up to speed here. He can only hit around 245 miles per hour. He is way down on his time. Not something Dylan would probably like to see, as this is it. Dylan's final lap right here. is done. 38.381, folks. So that is it for Dylan 4243. Thordo Gaming now coming out for his third and final run. Now, if you remember, if you were watching, he started his first time lap and then he got loose into turn 3 and he hit the wall. He will not be the first driver to possibly do that over the he is the first, but I do not think that he will be the only driver to possibly have that happen. So here comes Thordo Gaming around the turn 4 to get started on his warm-up lap. Now while Thordo is doing his final run, I want to give everyone a big thanks for coming out and watching this stream. And as I hope that we can get way more viewers tomorrow night with more folks qualifying, definitely tune in, as there will be some very fast drivers in the session, and it's going to get intense, folks, and it's going to get quick. Going to get really close. So that was his first time lap. This is his second time lap. I believe Thordo is doing a 4-lap run this time. I believe he is going to do the 4-time lap, as I feel like he may feel like this is make or break time. So this is his second time lap. He is down on his time with a 0.132. Coming around the front stretch here. Around turn 1. This is now his third time lap. Definitely feels like he has maybe a little bit of understeer into that car. He gets very high into the wall. He hits the wall again, or maybe it could just be a lag. Here we go, folks. His final run. Can Thordo improve on his 38.544? As this will be it from Thordo Gaming. He is down on his time by 3/100ths of a second. So can he do it here? Ooh, and he hits the wall and he spins. Thordo Gaming has spun out again. Oh no. Well, that was a very dramatic end to qualifying, folks. So Laser Runner sets a 38.224, Dylan sets a 38.381, and Thordo Gaming sets a 38.544. Remember, guys, tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Pole Day Session 2 will be up, and then the rest of the field will then qualify on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and then the bump day session at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and then of course the Indy 500, the greatest spectacle in racing, on May 24th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I am Pecan36, and thank you guys for watching.